I was 15, bussing tables at Bennigan's.
I work out with a guy at the gym and he referred to a restaurant as an ATM.
To me, this is hard work, but really rewarding.
I'd almost walked away from being in the restaurant business because of the difficulty of it on my being and on my wellness.
I was into racing and needed Saturdays nights off.
Through the 80s, it was just like a giant party, and it was a stepping stone to something else.
I started at the Rudder. I was a Dewey Beach rat for a couple years. It really took a drain on my mental and physical well-being to the point where there was suicidal attempts.
What I love about restaurants is we're a melting pot, we're a family. So we're people from all walks of life, different socioeconomic backgrounds coming together on a team.
The hospitality industry is known for a grinded out mentality, nights and weekends, long hours. When it's busy, the constant movement and flow, and having to mentally think about, did I put this table's order in? Did I get those drinks out to that table? It adds a pressure to each individual that is pretty well known. At the end of your shift, you're either amped up and you have a hard time relaxing, or you feel exhausted. And although that's the nature of the industry, that is then added on to with the expectation of either long shifts or long hours throughout the week, limited days off. We as an industry need to really understand that impact on our teams, and how do we manage that.
I drank every shift. I went to the late night at 2 a.m. twice a week when I knew I had to be at work the next morning. I did all that, and I did that whole unbalanced lifestyle. And in hindsight, it was awful. I don't know how I survived, to be honest with you. Now that I don't do that anymore, and I can look back and see how it was, it is crazy how easy it is to get sucked into that lifestyle. You know what I mean? When you're working in a bar, you do a shot to celebrate. You do a shot when you're busy. You do a shot when you're upset about something.
Heavy drinking, drug use, people living a fast-paced lifestyle without some good habits being able to be peppered in there.
The whole problem came from being taught and molded into believing that the customer's need came before our own. We have to be taking care of ourselves to take care of others.
I would just start putting a price on a thing that didn't deserve a price. I was like, oh, I could make this amount of money on Christmas Eve, or I could be with my family. I'm gonna choose this path anyways because it's gonna alleviate me paying my bills next month or whatever. But then you get stuck doing that all the time and you're like, I've missed out on all of these amazing things that you won't get back. I mean, as beautiful as the restaurant industry is, we are giving all of our time to other people all day and not thinking about ourselves.
When I'm on that right track of eating well, getting enough rest, taking my own personal time, even reading a book, I see a difference in myself. And when I'm in a better place and feeling good about myself, fellow employees, fellow guests, your team's gonna take that and run.
When I was 19, I lost my dad. There were many times that I thought about walking away. There were many times that I felt like I couldn't handle it. And I fortunately had some support through my family. Was able to talk to a therapist. I distinctly remember those moments where it's like, all right, I have that support around me. That wasn't even by design. That was just kind of by coincidence. What if we designed something? What if we created the ability to allow hospitality workers to find that pressure release valve and apply it while they're in this industry?
We don't have restaurants, something's missing from our community. Restaurants are what add luster to our communities, and the people are what bring that luster to life.
Celebrate Wellness is a program that provides connections and resources to folks in the hospitality industry and our local communities that want to lead a well-balanced life.
Your mental health is so important. Everything snowballs.
I think what we're doing is a big, huge first step in the right direction. I think that it's giving people the opportunity to reach out and do things that they might not be comfortable doing themselves, or they don't know where to find the answers.
You can't force anything. You just have to set an example, be there, and hope people reach for that tool or get excited about wellness.
I think we're setting the bar right where it needs to be for somebody who wants to learn.
being in an atmosphere that makes you feel special and wanted and relaxed, or whatever it may be, is magic for those of us who are, true lifelong hospitalitarians. There's a stigma to wellness that is like something's wrong with taking care of yourself, and we need to change that perspective as an industry. We're going to try and do our part.
Right now, there's a cultural revolution going on inside of restaurants for wellness and for professionalism, and I think it's a very exciting time.
You can fix whatever you got to fix. Just work on it and work on yourself. Don't be selfish when it comes to working on yourself. That's what I say. Be selfish when it comes to working on yourself, because you are your own person. Like, be selfish. If you're not going to be selfish about anything else, and a lot of times we're not, because we wait on people for a living. We cater to everyone else. Be selfish when it comes to your own health.
In hospitality, our team is everything. We can't succeed without a really strong, healthy team. You know that wellness is integral to the success of our business.
It's so important for us to continue to look at how do we improve the industry, and we believe the investment in wellness is the best way to do that.